Okay, guys, here we go. And let's start our lesson today. So today's lesson, welcome back to school. Today's lesson is on grammar. Today, we're learning about commas in a series. Have a look here. Hannah, can you please read these sentences for me? Use commas
to separate three or more words in a series. Dan has a pencil, a book, and a crayon.
Lovely reading, Hannah. Thank you. So, guys, commas are little squiggle punctuation marks that we use to separate more than three things in a series. So, for example, here we have 2 commas in this series of 1, 2, 3 nouns. It's really important that we use commas in a series. Otherwise, it can be very confusing for the reader to separate the words or in the sentence. Have a look here. Can you please read this for me? Hacker, you can list
nouns in a series. A series of nouns is 3 or more nouns that appear together in a sentence. When you list 3 or more nouns, it's a compound for each noun in a series except for last noun.
Lovely reading, Hacker. Thank you. So, guys, we need to use commas in a series of nouns. A noun is a person, a place, or a thing. If you are ever listing 3 or more things, you must make sure that you separate them with a comma. For example, have a look at these sentences at the bottom. Cindy, can you read these sentences, please?
My turtle eats melon, grapes, and lettuce.
Good girl. And this one?
Turtle, fish, and frogs live in the pond.
Very good. Lovely reading. Now, guys, I'm just going to erase the commas here to show you why they are so important. Bear with me. Okay, so if I take away some of these commas, you will notice why they become so important. Have a look at this sentence now that I've taken away the comma. My turtle eats melon grapes and lettuce. Now, has anyone ever heard of melon grapes before? A fruit, melon grapes? No, I can see you shaking your head. That's because melon grapes aren't a real type of fruit. Melons are a fruit and grapes are a fruit. They are 2 separate things, and that's why we must put a comma here to separate them so the reader clearly understands we're talking about 2 different things. We're talking about melons and grapes. Down here, you will read the sentence, turtles fish and frogs live in the pond. Now, has anyone here ever heard of a turtlefish? No. Again, I can see you guys shaking your head. I don't know what a turtlefish is. That's because it's not a real animal. We must make sure that we put our commas in the correct place after each noun when we list them in a series. We do not need to put a comma after the very last noun. The reason being is because we have the word and here to show it's the last noun in the series. Let's have a look over here. Can you please read this sentence for me, Kwang Mi?
My dog likes to eat chicken, beef, and pork.
Good job. Now, you took a pause in between the words chicken and beef, but there's no comma here, so we wouldn't pause. This sentence actually reads, my dog likes to eat chicken, beef, and pork. Now, has anyone ever seen an animal that looks like this? What is this? This looks like a cow with a chicken head. This is what chicken beef would be if it was a real thing. But chicken beef is not a real thing. Chickens and cows, which is where we get beef from, are two different beings. So it's really important that we make sure we put commas in the correct place. Can someone help me draw on the screen and add commas where they should be in this sentence? Good. Perfect. Well done. Awesome work. So this new sentence says, my dog likes to eat chicken, beef, and pork. Notice that when we add in the commas, we actually say the sentence differently. We must pause every time we see a comma and take a breath. Well done, Caroline. That's perfect. Now this sentence makes complete sense. It now says, my dog likes to eat chicken, beef, and pork. Oops. Have a look here. Let's do some practicing. Have a look at the sentence and put commas where they are needed. Now, I'm not going to ask you to rewrite the sentence. I simply want you to draw where the commas should be. So this first sentence reads, Joe David and Javan raked the garden soil. Now, we're not talking about one person, Joe David. Joe and David are actually two different people. So click the raise your hand button if you think you can help me separate these names in a series.
Joe, comma, David, comma, and Javen rake the garden.
Good, good girl, Emma. Well done. That's a giant comma, because we have 1, 2, 3 nouns here. So we need to make sure we put a comma after every noun except for the last. So we need 1 extra comma in a next one. Number 3. Good girl, Teddy. Awesome work. Esther, May, and Juana voted for daisies. Lovely work. Ming Huang, can you do number 4 for me, please? Great, good job, Ming Huang. The class planted squash, tomatoes, and marigolds. Number 5, last one. Zaling, will you help me with this one? Good girl, well done. We've just learned about commas in a series of nouns. What happens if we want to list a series of verbs? We follow the same rule. Can you please read this page for me? Ocean, can you please read this page for me?
You can also list the verb in a series. A series of verbs, 3 or more verbs, and appear together sentence. When you list 3 or more verbs, use a comma after each verb in the series.
Except the puppy.
The puppy plays, sleeps, and barks.
Good job, Ocean. Well done. Okay, guys, so it's exactly the same rule that we follow. If we are listing a series of verbs that are more than 3 verbs, we must make sure we put a comma after each verb in the series except for the last one, so that our reader understands that we're listing different. So let's have a look. Let's practice some more. Okay, number 1. The class walked, skipped, and ran outside. Can you please fix this sentence for me? Mickey, think they should be. Great, good girl. The class walked, skipped, and ran outside. Okay, number 2. They liked the slide, swings, and jungle gym. What do you think about this one? Can you do that one for me, please, Steve?
They like the slide, swing, gym.
They like the slide, swings, comma, and jungle gym. Good job. Well done. Number 3, Kui Kang. Can you fix this one for me? Perfect. Well done, Kui Kang. Some children slid, climbed, and played on the fort. Number 4, several children dug, weeded, and watered the garden. Can you please fix that one for me?
Behind the word dug
Good. There goes
and
one.
weeded.
Good girl. Well done, Tweety. Number 5, last one. Other children watched, fed, and gave water to the birds. I'm going to go for Susie. Watched. Good girl. Well done. And after the word fed. Lovely work, Susie. Quick. Okay, guys, last thing that we're going to learn today before we move on to playing a game. So, more commas. Now we're learning about commas in addresses. Commas are used to separate each part of an address. An address tells where someone lives. So each of you guys will have a separate address for where you live. For example, my address could be, have a look, guys. My address could be my full name. My name here in the classroom is Miss Rachel, 1 Apple Lane, New York City. So usually we would use commas in between each part of the address to make sure we can separate it clearly so that when we write it on the letter where we're trying to send it, people can understand where that person lives. So when the postman or postwoman looks at the letter, they know where to deliver it to. Address parts are the person's name, the street address, the city, and the state. So the state is the larger area within that city. Have a look down here, guys. Can you please read this sentence with no commas? Emma, can you read this out for me?
Mark Samuel 403 Palm
Avenue.
Avenue, Florida.
Good girl. Okay, so that's a lot to say in one go. Mark Samuels, 423 Palm Avenue, Miami, Florida. So let's try and break it down into the sections it should be. Address parts are the person's name. Who thinks they can tell me what this person's name is? What is this person's name? Good job. So some of you are raising your hand on screen. Please make sure you click the raise your hand button. Teddy, what do you think?
I think the person's name is Mark Samuel.
Good girl. The person's name is Mark Samuels. Here is the name. So after the name, I'm going to go ahead and draw a comma in here. Now, the next part we need to look for is the street address. So the street address. So for example, if you all go to the chat box now, I'm going to type in the street address for our school. Now, I don't have the accents because I don't have my Vietnamese keyboard on. Oops. But if you will look in the group chat, I will type in our school's street address. So Everest's street address is 106 Hoang Quoc Viet Street. That is the name of the street where you can find our school. So now that you know that, what do you think the part of this sentence is where they have the street address? I think. Steve, what do you think?
Is 423 Palm Avenue.
Good girl, well done. 423 Palm Avenue is the street address, so I'm going to go ahead and add a comma after that too. Lovely. Okay, so the next part we need is the city that they live in. So for example, if I was writing our school's address and I had to put down the city, what word would I write down? What city is our school in? Shout it out, everybody.
Hanoi.
Good job. Well done. Hanoi. Very good. So what city do you think is in this sentence? Maybe some of you have heard of this city before. It's a very big city in America with lots of big palm trees. So I'm going to go ahead and put my comma after the city, Miami. The last one is the state in which we find this city, and the state is Florida. So it's really important that we make sure we put commas after each part of a person's address so that it clearly makes sense. This letter is going to Mark Samuels, who lives on 423 Palm Avenue, which is a street in the city of Miami in the state of Florida. Okay, guys, now it's time for us to play a game. So let me just clear my screen of this. So we're going to play a bamboozle game today. Let's go first. So this time I'm going to let the boys go first. So click the raise your hand button if you'd like to play the game. Make sure that you click the raise your hand button if you want to play. Okay, Hacker, which bird would you like to choose?
A penguin.
The penguin. Okay, okay, Hacker. Questions, sentences, commands, and exclamations. Hacker, tell me, are these commas in the correct place in this series?
Yes.
Okay, let's have a look. Ta-da! Good job. You just won 5 points. Click the raise your hand button if you want to play, girls. Okay, Caroline, can you please pick a bird for me?
I pick a crane.
The crane. Okay, where is the crane? Let's have a look. I'm looking for a big white bird. Ah, okay, this crane over here. Okay, let's have a look.
No.
Whoa, very lucky. You just won 50 points for the girls' team. Good job. Awesome work. Well done, Caroline. Very good. Okay, boys, back to you. Let's have a look. Let's go for Steve. Steve, can you describe the bird you would like to pick? Red bird. Okay, even different over here. The parrot. All right, Steve. Did you see Frozen, Aladdin, or Cinderella? Are these commas in the correct place in this series? Yes or no?
Yes.
Let's have a look, Steve. Ta-da! Well done. Good job, Steve. You just won an extra 5 points. All right. Okay, over to the girls. Girls, I would like Noob. Okay, Noob, can you please choose a bird? Tell me what it looks like. Tell me what it's doing.
I choose the smallest bird.
The smallest bird. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, you're taking 20 points from the girls. You just stole 20 points, you cheeky chap. Well done, you. Okay, sorry, girls. You just lost 20 of your points to the boys. Okay, over to the girls again. Le Kang, choose a bird for me, please.
I chose the blue and pink bird.
The blue and pink bird. Oh, this one, lovely. Okay, Le Kang, I want to see the planets, stars, and the moon. Are the commas in this series correct?
Yes.
Okay, let's have a look. Ta-da! Good job, Le Kang. You just won 5 points for the girls team. Okay, back over to the boys now. Let's see. Ming Huang, please choose a bird. Sorry, can you say one more time?
I choose the toucan.
The toucan. Okay, so I think there might be two toucans here. I think this might be a toucan and this
one.
the thin
The
one.
thin one.
Okay, great. Other team loses 20 points. Again, you just made the girls lose 20 points. Oh no. Okay, lucky for the boys, but very unlucky for the girls. Okay, girls, back to you now. Let's see. Can I please have, who have I not heard from in a while? Susie, could you please pick a bird for me?
I take a pink one.
The pink bird. Okay, the small pink bird over here. Okay, very lucky. You just won 10 points. Good job. Well done. Okay, back to the boys now. Boys, I would like Let's have Kui Kang. Where is Kui Kang? Okay, Kui Kang. Okay, Teddy, can you please pick a bird for your team?
I pick the blue bird that is flapping its wings at the bottom left.
Bottom left. Okay, this blue, I think it might be a hummingbird. Let's have a look. Blueberries, bananas, strawberries, and oranges. Are the commas in this series correct or incorrect, Teddy? Oh, you've muted yourself. Let's see. There we go.
It's not correct.
Okay, good girl. Can you tell me why it's not correct or how I can fix it?
Because blueberries, bananas is not a real thing.
Good job. I kind of wish it was, though. Good girl. Blueberries and bananas are two separate types of fruit. Good girl. Well done. That means, guys, after all that drama, we've come to a nice tie. Boys and girls, you're all the winners today. Good job. Okay, guys, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to show you what your homework is tonight, and then that will be the end of our lesson for today. Oh. Okay, have a look. So your homework is in your reader's notebook, pages 100, 101, and 112. So you've got 3 pages in your reader's notebook tonight, all about commas in series and commas in addresses. Do I have any questions about the homework? Wonderful. So what you're going to do is you're going to write the answers in your reader's notebook, and you're going to take a picture and you're going to upload it to Google Drive so that I can check your homework for tomorrow. All right, guys, it was so great seeing you all. Can't wait to see you tomorrow morning. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys. See you then. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you. Bye.